is happening, people? United Central back with another video. It's the Straightjacket podcast 68, guys. Can you believe it or not? We're back every week. I told you, every Monday we're back. You know what I mean? And we're with my two guys, Nuruddin and Aaron. But first, we're gonna go with Mr. Aaron. You get me? How's it going, bro?
I'm happy, man. I'm happy, bro. Like yesterday, I was, yesterday I was getting phone calls and texts, and I was like, listen, guys. You need to leave me alone because my life finally has a meaning again.
Yeah, trust me.
Bro, I was so happy to see football again on a screen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was so happy.
Come on, you got to say it in German, man. Football is back.
Fußball ist zurück. Do you know what I mean? I'm telling you.
Yo, they were saying more than that. They said football is coming home to Germany, mate.
Exactly.
You know what? That's ironic, you know.
Yeah.
Football has come home to Germany first, then England. It's crazy,
mad,
man.
But
you've been blessed.
I've been happy, man. I've been good, been healthy. Everyone's healthy in the family as well, alive. Most important thing, like I always say in it. So I'm good, bro. I'm good.
And who won the battle last night? Ludacris or Nelly?
Do you know what?
Come on now. Ain't no competition here, man.
I said Ludacris won it, bro. Because don't get me wrong, Nelly had bangers, but Ludacris had anthems. Like. Ludacris has, do you know what it is? Nelly has bangers, but Ludacris' songs are timeless. You can still listen to Ludacris today and not be bored. Do you know what I mean? Nelly, you can kind of still be like, But listen, and to be fair, I watched the whole live thing, yeah, and it's funny because these guys are millionaires, but yet their Wi-Fi connections are so dodgy. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nelly man, that's how it is.
He kept breaking up. He kept going away. He kept buffering. And Ludacris was just like, come on, man. Come on. You can do this. You can do this.
Just show you, man. Technology, man. You get me? It's not, you don't matter how much money you've got, man. You get me?
Yeah. But it's been a nice battle, man.
Yeah, man. And Nuruddin's in the building. How you doing, Nuruddin?
I'm all right, pal. I'm all right. Yeah, I didn't get to watch the
Schalke game.
The battle, because I knew that there ain't no contest, man.
What battle, though? Schalke just went missing.
Yo, it's one of them. It's one of them. Trust me, man. And to me, it's not even a battle, man. You need to give Ludacris somebody worthy of the challenge, man, of the battle. Nelly, for me, even though their music came out, their albums first came out at the same time.
Yeah, 20 years ago.
Bro. Other than that, you're asking how I am. I'm healthy. I'm good. I'm gutted the sun's not out. You know what I mean? I'm one of those. One of those, bro. That the sun. I need the sun, man. The sun gives me energy, man.
So, trust me, bro. You know.
Trust me, that sun brings me alive. So, I'm good. I will say, football coming back broke my heart yesterday, man. So, Aaron's football being back, but flipping it, man. Yo, I just said it right then. Football without football fans is like salt and it's like fish and chips without salt and vinegar, man, or yard food without seasoning. That's how it is.
You know what? I can't go wrong with that. But then what about without football, though? Isn't that a great of a loss?
Yeah, I understand that, but come on, man. This is not what I'm used to. Like, I would watch the odd game. I think there was an England game. Remember when England played behind... I think one of England games, maybe. They might have played behind... One international games played behind... you know what I mean? Close stadium. Kind of.
Yeah, I can't remember what game it was, but it was an international. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And then obviously before the lockdown, we've seen United go to that team in Austria.
Yeah,
and then but then there was sort of fans in the stadium. You could hear like Fletcher, yo, big up like Flex.
Yo, Flex, yeah. Come on.
Yo, you could hear people like that here. It was mad. I had a busy day yesterday anyway, but I'm there on the phone getting all excited. Like, it was kicked off. I even set the thing so that it lets me know when the game kicked off. And then I'm just like, And then it was slow, lethargic. It wasn't even about Schalke getting a 4-0 hammering, you know what I mean? Because them mans are not fit at all. The team that had the best fitness won the game. The team had the best fitness. And Dortmund had a better fitness because Schalke were not fit, man. That's why they were making mistakes and that. But like I was saying, I don't know, maybe on this podcast on Aaron's channel, it's going to take time for football to come back, man, to get to the speed that we want. And for us to watch it, I was bored, It was weird because we're watching loads of things while we're being off, you know what I mean? We're over watching things. And that, to me, the aspect of the fans not being there, man, made a
Yeah.
thing, man. Or maybe if it's United, maybe if it's United, then I'm like watching it. Look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm watching it closer. I'm watching them how the players are moving. I'm watching it more. But yeah, the fans, man, it was dead.
What about you, Aaron, in terms of the German aspect? Are you happy football's back? I seen the news yesterday, you know what I mean? People were still in bars. I think bars are still open now. They're allowed to drink. Yeah, they're allowed to drink
Oh my
watching the
God,
game.
that's 2-0. 2-0.
You
I'm
know,
watching. Yeah, there's a game on right now. Cologne is 2-0 up against Mainz.
oh, that's the battle of the bottom, isn't it?
Exactly.
Who's
But
up?
yeah, man, Cologne is up 2-0.
Wow.
But yeah, man, it's
2-0, Aaron. You know why they're up 2-0? Because probably the strikers, like, my teammate had corona, I've got corona, and the defender's like, go ahead, like.
What was your question again, Sai? Sorry.
So basically, you know what I mean? What's your German perspective from this? You know what I mean? Obviously, you grew up in Germany. Are you just happy to see German football back? You know what I mean? You see Witzel, all the banter's back. You know what I mean? The social distancing celebrations. It was weird, but at the same time, I loved it because of the fact that, you know what I mean? I got to see football back. I got to see quick football. I see Brandt's brilliant performance. Theo Hazard, you know what I mean? See, you know what I mean? Interchange football. Yes, Schalke wasn't great. You know what I mean? They were I think below average, but I'm happy to see football back. Aaron.
Same, man. I'm happy as well, man. Honestly, I know it's weird, like Newton said, without the fans, and it's really so weird because we're all so used to hearing the noise, the atmosphere, and it's gonna take some time to get used to it because it's like, what can I compare it to? It's like, you know, when you're the first time you go to a stadium, right? Or not your first time, but if you're not used to going to a stadium a lot to watch a football game, and you're more used to seeing it on TV. When you go to a stadium, it takes some time to get used to because let's say something happens and you missed it. Your brain's probably thinking, oh, there's going to be a replay, but there's not because you're in the stadium. So even right now, it's going to take some time to get used to no noise. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of funny to like kind of hear the players shout each other's names and, you know, giving each other instructions. It's kind of funny. And you can literally hear the ball being kicked. And one of the most satisfying noises, I don't know about you guys, but when that ball hits the back of the net, there's a certain noise that you hear. I don't know. I just like it. Do you know what I mean? I just like it. But you know what? It was really nice to see some football again. Obviously, I've got friends in Germany that literally, they were happy. Like they woke up smiling, saying, "Oh, finally, we got some football back." I don't know if bars are open or pubs. I don't know because I didn't really.
I think they are. They just have to be social. You know what I mean? 2 meters apart in terms of, you know. Yeah.
Well, I bet like the whole city of Dortmund and the whole city of Gelsenkirchen, which is where Schalke is based, everyone must have been in front of their TVs, bro. Because yeah, it must have been a madness. And obviously the numbers in terms of viewers, they must have gone sky high. The revenue must have gone sky high, not just in Germany, but all over the world. I mean, everyone here in England was watching the Bundesliga. And it's funny because Bearman was saying that the Bundesliga is a farmers league, but now you find yourself watching that farmers league. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, overall, I'm happy, man. I'm happy that we got to see some football back, and you know, hopefully we can, you know, go back to normality as soon as possible. Hopefully.
And obviously, you know, Nuruddin, you see the kind of a spray in the football. You know what I mean? 2 meters apart in the stands. What do you think it's going to be like in England, man? Like, I don't know, man. I feel like someone's going to break the rules somehow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, you see Frederick Boyata going into someone's ear the other day.
He kissed him.
He kissed him.
He kissed one of his teammates that scored the goal. He kissed him, literally held his face and kissed him. Like,
and then I think it was Theo Hazard was telling Hakim, yo, keep your distance, yo.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you can't celebrate. So, no, it's taking a while for, you know what I mean? Because we're a passionate country. We're a passionate nation. You know what I mean? England's passionate. It's ferocious. It's hot. You know what I mean? We love the feeling of scoring a goal. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. It's gonna take a while for us to get used to that, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was gonna get time to get used to that, boys. Man, I just want to ask Aaron actually, because Aaron speaks German, innit? Fluent German speaker, born in Berlin. Yeah. What did you hear some of the players shouting? Were they speaking in German, majority of them, or were they speaking different languages?
They were mixing English with German actually, because there's some players in the Schalke squad, for example. There's a young defender from Schalke who's actually contracted to Barcelona, but he's on loan.
Yeah.
So they're speaking English to him because obviously he wouldn't have time to learn German and, you know, learn certain words. But, you know, for most parts, you can hear German. You can hear stuff like when you're on the ball and you've got time, they will shout, Zeit. when someone's coming behind you, they're like, Hinterman, like, do you know what I mean? Like common football terms. But yeah,
FM blinding. Could you hear any FM blinding?
There was a shocker defender. He said, F your, grandmother.
I heard that as well. I heard that as well.
Trust me,
but you know
man.
what?
So.
You can't really bleep that because you can't anticipate what they're gonna say. Do you know what I mean? So even the mics that are at the side of the pitch, they can't anticipate who's saying what. So you can't bleep it. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, afterwards, when you edit the whole stuff, you can probably edit it. But the live feed, the live footage, you can't edit that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, for me, it's going to be weird because I've seen one photo on social media where, other than shaking hands with a referee, it's like leg to leg, mate. Something like
that as well. The manager was like that.
I mean, leg to leg, mate. Some leg to leg. Captains before they meet up for the kickoff, you know what I mean? The guy flicking the coin, whatever. But the referee, instead of shaking everybody, leg there. It was interesting that seeing Dortmund goals going in and they were celebrating, like just running to the corner and going. And then the guys happening. But the other one, I've seen people like hugging, because you're all living together, man. You're all together, so
yeah,
they're all being tested. So it's a bit weird. But England, I don't know. I think some players are gonna forget, and I think that unless that's drummed into you before kickoff, because as a footballer,
I think it was, you know.
Most of us who play football, you go in your zone in it, you focus. You're like, my first challenge, my first header, I've got to win. You're thinking about all those things. You know what? I've got to do my job. You know, all the different things, the tactics that you worked out with the manager, what your position is, how you're going to play in this game, how you're going to be up for it. You know what I mean? From the first minute. And then somebody then puts it in a top corner from 30 yards. People are diving on him, mate. I'm telling you. If somebody's got an absolute, one of those cracking goals, like, forget about that. The substitutes are running on. And how many substitutes did Germany have? Just normal 3, or was it 5?
Do you know what? I didn't really pay attention to that.
No, I didn't
pay attention to that.
I think they would have said.
And do you know what as well? When what you said about ramming it into people's heads, unless I haven't paid attention because I was on my phone a lot of stuff, tweeting, I haven't seen any players spit. Actually, I haven't.
Yeah, that must all the camera could not focus on that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. You never know. But as far as I'm concerned, I haven't seen a lot of spitting. So that must have been something that obviously they've discussed, previously to the games, and they must have said, you know what? I know this is something a habit, and it's probably something that's unconsciously sometimes you'll just spit because you're a footballer. That's what you do. But please, guys, you cannot do that. And listen, it might be something that they've been told not to do, and they've not done it. And one thing I haven't seen either was the whole tackling and looking away thing. I haven't seen any of that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of that. So because obviously it's a reflex, man. When you go into a challenge, you either look at the person or the only way you cannot look at the person when you're challenging for a duel is probably when you go for a header. Because when you go for a header, you close your eyes and you don't really know what's going on. That's probably when you look away. The only time when you look away. But I haven't seen any of the tackling and looking away thing. So obviously, I think in Germany, there's been some clear instructions that clubs have been given. And the players are, that's 2-1. Mines have just scored. There's been some clear instructions. And, from what I could see yesterday, players are executing it on the pitch. When a player gets substituted, no handshake, just come in. They're giving each other foot shakes
and then
now.
Clap to the wall.
You see, that was the one that killed me. In the end, when Dortmund won, they all went to the yellow wall. They all went in a row, and then they did the whole hey. But there was no fans. That was hilarious.
Fans.
And it shows that even the players, even though we live in a difficult situation, the players are able to make something positive out of a negative situation, Because Hazard was there as well. Hazard scored and he stood in front of the yellow wall and with his arms open, but there's no fans. That was hilarious. I like that.
You know what?
That little bit of humor there.
Aaron, can you explain what the wall is for people that don't know what the wall is?
For people who don't know what the wall is, basically you've got four sides of Dortmund Stadium, Signal Iduna Park, and I don't know if it's the South Stand or the North Stand. I don't know what it is. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. One of the stands is called the Yellow Wall. So you've got 40,000 people standing behind you. 40,000 Dortmund fans, by the way, because the away section is on the other side, and that's just like a small section, probably like 10,000 or something. 40,000 people standing behind you. Imagine how intimidating that is as the opponent's goalkeeper. Just 40,000 people standing behind you. That must be crazy because these fans are going absolutely mad. I think I haven't seen better banners than those from, the yellow wall. I remember when they played Real Madrid or something, they brought out this big banner of a guy with goggles saying "Welcome to Dortmund," and bro, the banner was crazy. So yeah, that's what the yellow wall is. Very intimidating.
And basically, the equivalent is top at Liverpool, equivalent to the Stretford End at Old Trafford, but obviously on a larger scale where they're allowed to stand as well in Germany.
Yeah.
In Germany, they have safe seating, standing sections where they're allowed to stand.
That's something that I think United should look at, and I think they are looking at it now. But
I heard they might do that. I heard they might put in some.
It's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. That's what I read. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, that's been your kind of we're happy football's back and whatnot. But obviously, we're going to turn our attention to Man United, and Man United at a minute are still causing crazy havoc in the kind of a media talk. I don't know if it's my boy Neil Ashton or whatnot, but something's going on here because we're going to talk about Man United's transfer strategy, podcast 68 of the Straightjacket podcast. I'm going to start with you, Nuruddin. Man United's transfer strategy, for me, it kind of begs belief because this week we've been linked with Jimenez, Dembele in the same week, and these were back-to-back days. So I want to just start with how bad has been.
Sorry, we've also been linked from a guy who actually played yesterday with Schalke. Rabbi Matondo, a young right winger, left winger.
It was promising.
Right-footed player who plays for Schalke. So I don't know where he played before. So I'm gonna have to do my research. Sorry.
Is that Man City?
Oh, he's an English guy then. Okay.
Yeah. He's a Welsh. I think he plays for Wales. I think.
Oh yeah. So he went to.
His parents are from African descent, but
I can hear in the name. That's Congolese. I can hear that in the name.
He's born here, and he played for Man City. He was a youth player at Man City, and then he left to go play for Schalke.
So he went down the same route as Sancho then, yeah.
Yeah. So this goes show there, you know what I mean, Noted. But I want to start with just the kind of you love the historical context and whatnot. But I just want to know, why has the transfer strategy been bad since Fergie? Because, you know what I mean, before Fergie, the kind of aim was to go and search players through, you know what I mean, scouting, you know what I mean, Nani, Anderson. They were all people that they at least scouted and they kind of knew about. Now it's just a case of, you know what, that name sounds good, let's go do that. You know what I mean? Why has it been so bad, the transfer strategy, Nuruddin?
Well, we talked about it in the last podcast, man. No structure. Zero structure, Man United. But I'm going to mainly talk about why we're linked with all this. We're linked with my friend's uncle's donkey, who's just a donkey. You know what I mean? He's just a donkey, like literally a donkey. Somewhere in Kashmir, maybe somewhere in East Africa, maybe somewhere in Latin America. We're linked. That's how ridiculous it is. That's how ridiculous it is. Because the amount of players that we link with, and your boy Neil Ashton is just absolutely. He's loving it.
He's causing havoc.
It's crazy.
He's been too busy, meant to sleep, mate. But anyway, and the club, our club, Ed Woodward and that, watch how many players we're linked with and how much we are talked about in Twitter and social media. So to me, it's all ludicrous because the way we're making it out, I was reading an article today, actually, where this journalist is saying, oh, Manchester United are the best place for it. They're going to take proper advantage of this. What Gary Neville said a month ago. You know what I mean? When he was on on Sky Sports with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Are United best place to take advantage of the situation? And the guys basically wrote an article today talking about how Man United are best place because Man United have got this. The money will come back. They're best place because they've got liquid in terms of money. I'm like, give over, lad. I said it on the other podcast, on the Straight podcast as well. If any owners were ever given a reason not to sign any players, this was it. This is the Glazers. The Glazers will bite your hand off any given opportunity to sign players. Are Man United serious this summer? Are they going to be serious when football gets going again and then football stops? Are they going to be serious to seriously make up the gap and buy the 3-4 players that we need? No chance.
That's the question, isn't it? That's the question.
I can't see it, bro. And you know what? People are like, people on Man City, and I see the whole of the media getting gassed because of Man United. And the only people who can be at work is Neil Ashton. Neil Ashton is at work with his editors. And also, majority of these blogs, all these newspapers, all of these agents, they all know you put Man United's name on it, it drives traffic on social media.
Exactly.
Traffic transfers into dough. So when hardly anybody's making money, they're like Man United. Koulibaly's talk again. Every day I wake up and there's about three players that I'm thinking, damn, what's going on here? So I'm sorry, I'm not. And the one that they're sleeping on is Man City. Man City have got billionaire owners, man. Man City can take some serious advantage of this transfer. Real Madrid, people who have got money, clubs that have got money, right, can make, clubs that can loan money from the banks, got serious advantage in this transfer, man. And I can't see Man United doing. I think Sancho, if one player, could be because of the social media things that he can bring, because the way that the product is the English young talent, you know what I mean? All of the different things about young British talent coming to Man United. There's already a position for him in the team. The one that might make sense to these owners is that one. But I can't see Man United signing too many players. And I'm sorry to say, but too many people are gassed on Twitter, man. That's why you not see me tweeting that much, because there's no football to tweet about. Not nothing for me to talk about. And all talking about transfers, I'm always warning people. Maybe I'm a pessimist, you know what I mean? I'm a glass half empty kind of guy when it comes to Man United transfers, because I've been burnt. I've been burnt too many times, man. I've been burnt. You know what I mean?
I've suffered too much.
I've been buried historically. So that's the reason why I'm not getting too gassed or too excited. But I just know that the press are sleeping on Man City. And when you sleep on Man City, they shock you. The PSGs of this world, they might shock you, because
that's the teams that go quiet under the radar. Then
because they don't have they have sporting direction, they have got structure. The players that they're going to need to buy. So I'm not worried. I mean, I've seen Ornstein of The Athletic, formerly of the BBC, came out the other day and was saying, oh, Liverpool are not going to sign any business. They're not going to sign any players. We all know that Liverpool furloughed their staff to begin with. And they're a proper one-run club. But even that, I'm not listening to what he's saying. Liverpool might be putting that out. They're doing their work behind the scenes.
They might say to the club and say, you know what, Athletic, report that we're not doing any transfer window, anything, and then behind the scenes, then do that.
Exactly. So I'm not sleeping on that. It's going to be very difficult, but we'll see when we get back. To me, I hate the Glazers, like I said, and writing how ridiculous the Glazers and Woodward are. It's like it hurts me to write like all of that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it messes with my mental health to write that, constantly writing that. But I promise you, everybody's just like, you were getting gas, you were getting him a poster in it on that wall, whatever.
But you never know. Soon, never. You never know.
But I'm telling you, soon as Man United kick off, if we start sluggishly and we lose a couple of games, I'm telling you, Ollie Out Brigade will be out, and Glazer Woodward things will be out, because for fighting to go and get players.
Yeah.
I think I can't see Man United side, because it makes too much sense for Man United to do. And Man United historically don't do things that make sense.
No, and that's my second point, Aaron. You know what I mean? Man United are never ever gonna do this quietly. You know what I mean? The fact that they put Dembele out there and Jimenez in the same 2 days back to back here, like they've put the transfer strategy they've made here, or they've put out rumors to these kind of clubs, and I reckon there is rumors that they wanted to sign them, but it just makes Leon and Wolves say, you know what, I'm gonna bump the price up to 20 million. I'm gonna bump the price up, 10 million more. Why can't Man United do it in a way where the strategy's right, it's effective, it's what's it called? It just basically like, you do things behind closed doors and you don't give anything out to the media, and then boom, you sign 1, 2, 3 players. Like, why can't we not do that?
Goes back to what Nodin says all the time: structure. Whenever we like to do stuff, we want it to be known. We want people to know about it. We want to make a lot of noise. But then in the end, we do small things. Do you know what I mean? It's not like a Liverpool where they do stuff behind the scenes, or another club that do stuff behind the scenes and then boom, they get their player, don't make a lot of noise. The only noise that comes out is when they actually sign the player. Do you know what I mean? we always have to make a big deal out of it, let people know that we're Man United and we're doing these big things, but we're not acting like it properly. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I guess it's that, man. We don't know how to do our business quietly. We always have to make sure that people know about it so that it can get traction on social media, so that people can click and like and tweet and post about it everywhere, because that's what it is. You know, Manchester United generates likes and clicks. So we've basically become what people tell us all the time on social media. Oh, you're doing this for the likes. And
exactly.
That is what Manchester United is.
That is crazy.
Literally.
And that's crazy, you know what I mean? Man United are a clickbait for, you know what I mean?
Literally.
The whole world. Like, that's, you know, that could be the actual title, you know, Man United are a clickbait. You know what I mean?
We are, because we're linked. How can you be linked with 2 strikers in the top 5 leagues in the world in the space of 2 days? That's crazy.
No, 3. Let me give you 3. Then we were linked with that guy from Benfica. Benfica, Jimenez.
Which one?
Well, I didn't even know about that one.
The Brazilian guy. He's a Brazilian.
Oh, yeah.
We were
See, I even forgot him.
Strikers.
And they're all 3 different strikers as well. Like Jimenez is more of a robust striker. Then Belly probably likes it on the feet, and the other striker's probably a hardcore man.
And then I'm reading as well that that Jimenez is linked with Juventus today.
Oh my God!
What does that say again? You know what I mean?
Linked FC, man. Linked FC.
You know what I mean? Lurid, I just want to know what the club ambition is in terms of, are we willing to do it the right way? Are we willing to do it where we invest in the youth? Like, what is Man United's ambition now? Are we going to invest in the youth and we're going to almost like do it like tang and tang? Or we're just going to be, you know what, by any means necessary, we need to win trophies now. What's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going to think now? Like, and the Glazers going to say to him, listen, mate, to get your youth system, we want to win now. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. We want to win. Well, we all wish.
No, Saeed, but if the Glazers and Woodward kept the same energy as you, Rude Boy, or the same energy as vast majority of Man United fans on social media and throughout the world, we will be champions every year, boys. But unfortunately, the club don't keep the same energy. They want to be part of the clickbait culture, mate. They create that clickbait culture. Like I said, the only player that I can see possible if Man United get their act together, and apparently last season we could have bought him. We could have bought him last season. And it had nothing to do with finishing in the Champions League positions or being in the Champions League. It's Sancho, but the Glazers didn't want to put the money up for it. So...
Well, that's why is that why we never had strength in depth in our position? Because we look at McTominay. McTominay is a good, very, very good upcoming centre midfielder. But would you not say to himself, you know what, let's go get a world-class player alongside him, and then he can be the person that can learn from him?
And did he, mate?
So that goes again, ambition. What does the ambition of the football club say then?
That's it. Without structure, you have no... Without structure, you can go and gasp at outbuy the odd players here or there. We were on Aaron's channel, and Fro, the brother, who's a big Liverpool fan. Shout out to those Pirate Radio guys, you know.
Yeah, man, shout out to them, man.
Shout out to them brothers. He was saying, we're like Liverpool, what Liverpool used to be. Man United are doing it now. And you know what? We are no structure. Liverpool never used to have any structure, so they would buy the odd player down again. Odd player, and then they'll buy 6 other flops, and then think they can go and compete for trophies or win things. That's what Man United are at this moment in time. To me, you buy Bruno, back it up now. Back it up with Sancho, right?
There you go.
I don't mind that. Then next season, back it up with a top midfielder. Do you know what I mean? I don't mind that. But Man United now should go and get definitely a Thomas Partey or Ndidi, right? One of them. Yeah. Jadon Sancho. And Man United should let go of Herrera, definitely. Pereira, sorry. They should
Herrera, yeah. I was going to say Herrera.
No, let Herrera go. And then give Sancho a chance. The young kid a chance. The Man United youth product a chance. You know what I mean?
That's the next question, Aaron, to you. We look at the situation with Gomez and Bellingham, you know what I mean? Gomez today, again today is on the Man United app. No surprise. Talking about how he's been doing in quarantine, you know what I mean? This is, for me, it's disrespectful. Him and Lingard talking about quarantine and what you've been watching on Netflix, you know what I mean? Instead of talking about get the deal done, sorted. Like this Gomez and Bellingham thing, like it doesn't make no sense. And again, it comes down to transfer strategy. You've got Gomez, I get they're 2 different positions, yeah? But for me, why they go hand in hand is because of the actual argument itself. You're giving a contract to a player who's 16. You're giving you're paying mega money for him, 30 million, yeah? and then you're not giving a contract to Gomez, who's a centre attacking midfielder, one person who can create that we need right now. I don't think we need a box-to-box midfielder in terms of Bellingham right now, because I think we've got Pogba there, we've got McTominay in terms of box-to-box, just going up and down the flanks. Bellingham is that, and he's not going to go into the team straight away, is he, Bellingham? Gomez, right now...
Buy him and then send him back on loan. Buy him,
yeah, but that's
back on loan.
And then again, that's what my point is. Why would a club go buy a player to send him out on loan? When we've not sent out on loan, what's it called, Chong? We've not sent out on loan Gomez. Gala's still not on loan again.
He's ahead of them. He's far ahead of them. He needs football because he's just had 30. He's just been he played 30 games in the championship. So
yeah, but my whole point is,
in terms of 13 football, he's way ahead than anybody that we've got.
Yeah, but I know that though. But why would Man United go and spend 30 million on him?
No, because
they're already looking at our youth. What does that say about our youth then? Like, our youth are not being given a chance and are not being invested in, not given a contract, not being given playing time. So what does that...
talent, though. He's a rare talent, trust me. That Bellingham kid is a rare talent.
No, but then Gomez is a rare talent, though. Gomez is a rare talent, though.
You have to make exceptions. You have to make exceptions for me.
I don't know, man. I don't know. But I think that's very, very harsh on Gomez, Aaron.
Nah,
listen, I think...
playing two different positions, Saeed.
But are we... So what are we becoming now? Are we resting our hopes on a 16-year-old? Like,
no. But I'm saying to you, he's a talent. He's a talent, Aaron. He's a talent.
I know. But what I don't
if he
want...
goes to Liverpool and a couple of years' time, he's slapping us, right? Slapping us in midfield and running games. Or he goes to Arsenal, or he goes to Chelsea. We'd all be like, oh, damn, why didn't we get that guy? We've let too many get away. That's all I'll say.
But this is my problem. I think this is the problem. I think we're getting too caught up in the hype right now because remember what happened when Daniel James signed and he started scoring all them goals. All of a sudden, oh, he's the next this, he's the next that. And then he slowed down and then everyone was like, oh, no, I actually give him time. Like, we're getting caught up in hypes way too much, man. We need to give the kid time to develop first. Yes, he's got experience of playing at the highest level, men's football championship. Yes, he's played over 30 games and whatever. Sorry?
It's competitive, man. That league's one of the most...
I know. I'm not debating that, but it's his first season in professional football. That doesn't mean anything. I've seen people smash it the first season and then nothing anymore. Do you know what I mean? So we need to give the kid time to develop. We need to see if he can do that season after season after season. And let's not forget, I'm not saying it's wrong to sign him. I'm not saying that. If we sign him and he goes back on loan, fine, fair enough. But what I don't want is us signing him and expecting him to get into the first team when, technically speaking, in the hierarchy, he shouldn't be getting before a Matic, before a Lingard, even before a Pereira. Do you know what I mean? Let alone Pogba and Fernandes, because he should never go in front of them. So I think it's a bit...
to me, in my eyes, I'll put him in, mate. I'll put him in instead of all the players you name. Lingard, see you later. No, I love Lingard, but his form has been whack. I love him. Like I said,
maybe it's because I haven't really seen him play. That could be as well. And I'm honest enough.
Trust me, bro. He's a baller. Trust me.
I'm honest enough to say that I'm not watching the championship as much, and I'm not watching Birmingham games as much. So maybe I'm wrong. And maybe he can come in and prove me wrong. And I would love for that to happen because a lot of players have proved me wrong this season. So if that happens, I'll be happy to. Do you know what I mean? I hold up my hands and say, listen, I was wrong.
Listen, all I would say to you, Saeed, is Aaron and Saeed, is that he is imagine Rooney, but Rooney playing in a midfield role. And he's levels above. Like, do you know what I mean? What he's playing around. Like, he's playing levels above what's around.
Yeah, but you're kind of contradicting yourself, Lord.
He's got pace, he's got power. And the thing about him, you don't look like a 16-year-old. He looks like a man, bro. He don't look like a 16-year-old. You're not looking at him when he's a 16-year-old, bro.
Yeah, but you're kind of...
This is the argument. This is the argument that I had with a lot of people on Twitter. People saying that Jude Bellingham's got height, he's got pace, and he's got power. Gomez doesn't have it. He's never going to make it in professional football at the highest level because he's small and he's short. And I'm like,
I don't believe that.
You know what I mean? I told those people, well, if that's the case, then I would want to know what Messi thinks about this because Messi ain't the strongest. Messi ain't the tallest, the strongest, the most robust. Do you know what I mean? So, and people saying that Gomez is not good enough. The only thing that he doesn't have pace and he doesn't have pace and power. But I'm saying certain people don't have pace, don't have power. But they compensate those things that they lack with other stuff like intelligence, vision, technique, movement.
He's
and
one of the
Gomez
best
has that.
I've ever seen at any age group, bro.
You see what I'm saying? And the fact that people choose to overlook that just because Jude Bellingham's got power and pace and strength Like, what are we becoming? Like, you need all different types of players in your team. You need some players that are going to be robust, strong, and pacey and very physical. But you also need players with flair, players that short players that will get into the tight spaces, that got agility. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not every day pace, power, and strength. It's not every day that.
Yeah, and just before.
My argument, and I just want to get to it's not an argument. I'm saying sign both of them.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Why not sign both?
It's always,
this is the argument I also have with people saying, this is also the argument I have with people saying Fernandes is replacing Pogba. Why not have both? Why does it always have to be one? Like, I don't get it, man. I don't.
Yeah, no, just before you start, you said Bellingham's going to be one of them players that when he was to go sign somewhere else, he'd be like, damn, that's a player we could have signed. But Gomez is another player. Imagine
exactly.
And he tears it. We say, why don't we sign?
It'll break my heart. It'll break my heart to see that kid go. But then, aspects of me, he thinks, Man United have treated him like this. Let him go, man. Because I want him, because you don't understand, I want him to succeed. We know his brother, Saeed. You know what I mean? Those who don't know, me and Saeed, last time we were in the club, gripping up his brother, telling him, I actually had him in the headlock, man, saying, listen, tell him just to sign the thing because, why? Because I've watched youth games and I've seen this kid, talent. Talk about the no look pass. He's looking that way there, and he's passing right through there, bro. The level outside of the boot, inside of the boot, the finesse, the control, the flicks. Yeah. He's got the tech, and that's why I'm wanting to sign. Because instead of Pereira, or if Lingard's form doesn't improve, imagine Gomez getting a couple of games there and then with Pogba and Bruno. Can you imagine that? A game where we need to get back in the game and we bring him on as just behind the striker. But even though we know that he's not really a number 10, he's a number 8. Do you know what I mean? But he could do everything. Do you know what I mean? He's not a guy. The thing about what hurts, even though I understand that managers throw footballers that they throw them in at the deep end positions that's not their position. Because they'll do it out wide because they think, you might not be if you lose the ball. And that's what Ollie's been doing. I remember Darren Fletcher was played on the right wing. He was never a right winger. Never a right winger, right? So I know Sancho gets but his best position is he plays best. He can play either he's not a guy back to goal, right? First of all, he's the guy seeing the whole picture in front of him.
Bro, he plays attacked by bees.
Yo, man, trust me. 1 second, guys.
Neil Ashton's army.
Yo, get up, man. Yo, guys. Neil Ashton's army is coming, yo. They heard the transfer news, they were like, yo.
Oh my God.
No transfers.
But what I'm saying is that he plays better in a 3. Honestly, if you watch that kid, he plays better in a 3 as maybe the right or the center of it, just up in front of the 2. That's where he plays better, right? That's where he plays best. So I'm just like, and the thing about Sancho as well, Gomez as well, I'm like, Gomez, just sign the contract. So then when you get your chance, hopefully with a better team, Man United, when you come on with a better players, your standard will be up. We threw him in the deep end where the team was horrendous. And we're expected to give him the ball out wide and go and take guys on. That's not his game. He can't do that. That's not his game. So I'm guessing even if the wages are low, just take it. Then when you get your chance, you people will see, and then you can go and knock on the door and go, you know what? I want more money because my performance earns that. I just don't want him to leave. But aspects of me want him to leave and to prove us all wrong. Paul Pogba again is a story of Paul Pogba again. And it's painful. It's painful to watch that, honestly. I'm not being tweeting about it because I'm not being talking because it hurts me, bro. It hurts me to think that we're letting a talent like that go.
Yeah, same. And again,
imagine if you're him. Imagine if you're him. You the captain that under 18 that won the World Cup. Foden's been playing a lot. Sancho's can you imagine he's watching Sancho? He's in the same age category. He was Sancho's captain. He was Foden's captain when they won the World Cup. That great young English.
Brewster. Even Brewster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one.
Getting game time at Swansea now. You know what I mean? So, but then again, it goes back to the system of the transfer strategy of not loading out people. You know what I mean? Chong has got a new deal. Has Chong maybe deserved a new deal? Maybe not. And has been given a game time and has been given a contract. So
why? Do you know why though? Because he probably the money that he was given, he was just like, yeah, I'll sign it now, and the club were like, all right, he'll play as well. So the club are doing something dangerous because they're saying to Gomez, well, look, he's not asking for that much, and then look, you know what I mean? He's getting game time now. Do you know what I mean? So it's painful, man. I want him to sign the deal. I want him to secure, and then we can send him on loan. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then you got to look at Igalo now, Aaron. You know what I mean? Now that's a tricky transfer.
That's a tricky one.
You know? If you look at that now, that transfer now, because it came to now a loan deal, you know, 6 months. Then he started banging in the goals, and then the Chinese come like, oh, damn, man, he's looking a bit of an asset there. And he's now training every day. He's trying to get his social media up now. And now apparently they want 25 million now for him. And now he's probably thinking, 25 million, United want to spend 25 million on a player. I mean, don't get me wrong.
You questioning that?
I don't know, you know, man, because for me, my question is, if you go buy 25 million, you don't buy a striker. That's for me where my point is.
You know,
I want a striker. Aaron, I don't know about you, yeah, but 25 million, yeah, and you don't buy a striker. Are you going to take that? And it doesn't hit the ground running. So if you say now 25 million for Igalo, and then that means you don't buy a Werner or a kind of let's say Moussa Dembele, would you take that?
Do you know what the thing with Igalo is? You know me, I'm not really a fan of this whole, you know, for the badge thing, but for the first time, this might actually come in action, and you might think, listen, you've got someone, who's willing. Like, he doesn't care if he sits on the bench, bro. He doesn't care. He plays for his boyhood club. He plays for Manchester, and he's happy, bro. He'll come on for 5 minutes and be happy. He'll smile and get off the pitch smiling. You know what I'm saying?
That velvet touch. Saeed's forgot about that velvet touch, innit?
You know what?
And here you've got someone who wants to play for the club and who's actually decent. Do you know what I mean? He can come on against the Man City like he did in the last game. He can come on against the Man City and actually do well. Do you know what I mean? And it's very rare that you see that nowadays. And this is actually coming in handy now. If we pay 25 mil for Igalo and he stays, listen, I'm not going to be against it, because then look at the options that we have all of a sudden. You've got Martial, you've got Rashford, you've got you've got James, you've got Greenwood, and you've got so many options up front. And let's assume that we get a Sancho. That's a lot of options. And let's say we play like a meaningless game in the League Cup against flipping Tranmere. Let's say we do play against them. You can chuck a Igalo, let him play for 90 minutes, bro. And then you rest your main players. You don't have to play them. You don't even have to bring them on. Do you see what I'm saying? So it gives us more options. So from what I've seen from Igalo as well, I like him, bro. I really like him. Yeah. Obviously, African brother, he loves to play for us. Do you know what I mean? And listen, I wouldn't be against it, man. But what I wouldn't want is for us to pay 25 million for Igalo and then we still go and get another striker. That's gonna piss me off.
Yeah. Listen, for me, the biggest thing is that I'm not forgetting the velvet touch, mate. The 3-touch goal.
I'm not forgetting
what he did to Otamendi in that derby, mate. That goal, that McTominay goal, that where we all can relax and breathe, was all because of Igalo, mate. All because of Igalo. He held the ball up, and then he played it. Obviously, he you know what I mean. And then James was running after it. So for me, he stays, man. The reason why he stays because I don't know what other striker to get, but he's not that young. He's only maybe 1 or 2 years in him. Do you know what I mean? Like 1 or 2 seasons in him. And like he said, he's a guy who's willing to. He took a pay cut to come to Man United. Who does that?
But when he gets on a contract now, will he ask for more money though?
No,
I don't think he will.
Like he said, he's been in China for how long? 2 years. He's made enough money already.
Bro, he's stacked up his money for his family, bro. His family's good.
And like I said to you, he's got money, and then he'll be making money with all those endorsements. So
that's what I was gonna say. He will make money with the endorsements. The thing is, he might not get a new a higher salary, but you'll probably get like a goal bonus. Oh, if you come on in this game and you score a goal, you'll get a little 10K on top. Do you know what I mean? Like that's nothing.
The guy for me looks hungry, man. He looks hungry and like I said, he's performing. There's not one performance since he's been at United that I thought, this guy's not the guy. Every time I've looked at him, the touch, he gives us something different, like nobody else gives us in the squad. So why would you want to get rid of an option?
No, but my thing is,
that. What about injuries? What about injuries? We've also had like devastated by injuries. Igalo, as a centre striker who can hold that ball up, when we're in a game where we're winning and then we're under the cosh, you need to bring somebody on who can hold up the ball.
And you can keep defenders busy.
He's the perfect guy. I don't think there's many players of his quality of being who's going to sit on the bench that's out there. Igalo makes sense, especially if you go and get Sancho, because then we've got variation in our football. Variation. And plus,
what's worrying is you said that you'd take Giroud for 15 million, and now we're taking Igalo.
You know why?
25 million.
You know why? Giroud, because I wanted somebody to hold up the ball and offer us something different.
He's similar to Igalo.
Igalo is doing exactly that, and Igalo for me is doing that. Is to me my wildest imagination of what Igalo performing like this. He's a cult hero, man. I don't know why you're.
You just want to, you want to fantasy.
Listen, the fans love him already. The fans love him already.
Yo, I love singing that song, man. Are you kidding me?
You know what? Yeah, I want him to do well, but my worry is when the pressure's on. Yeah, Aaron. When the pressure's on, 25 million. Everyone's like, "Yo, listen, Martial." Just imagine Martial's out for a month out. Yo, Igalo, we got Igalo now. He's the main man now.
He's gonna do the job. He's going to do the job because
put the ball in the right places. Put the ball in the right places.
Took the words right out of my mouth. The thing with Igalo is you've got to put the ball in the box. He'll score. If he doesn't score, then it's on target. Put the ball in the box. He'll do the rest because he's got the strength. The thing is what Nurdin said as well. We need someone when the game's tight or when we're winning 1-0 and we're trying to win the game and keep the score. He can keep defenders busy and not just 1, 2, because he's strong enough. You know what I mean? He's strong enough. And so can't remember who was the last striker that did that apart from Zlatan maybe or Lukaku. And they didn't really do it properly. They wanted the ball more into their feet and stuff like that. So
Mark Hughes, bro. Mark Hughes.
Do you see what I'm saying? So we need someone of that ilk, of that caliber. So yeah, man, I'm not gonna be against it.
Igalo to stay then for you?
Yes, for me, yes.
Yeah.
Viva Igalo!
That brings us on to my next.
Come on, Aaron. Viva Igalo!
That brings me to my next point. Nuruddin, that brings me to my next point, Nuruddin, and probably the last point of the podcast is you look at all the strikers, all the players we've had in the past, and Moyes has come in. Van Gaal's took all the players out of the team. So all the players that have come in. Mourinho's come in, he's shipped out all the players that he wanted. Ollie's come in, he shipped out the players that Mourinho's plays. So when we talk about sporting director last week and all this, is a transfer strategy got to change in terms of we got to just look at the players for value and say, you know what, he don't suit my style, let's just bill him straight away. You know what I mean? We've got to look at players and say, you know what, Memphis Depay was a player where we could have nurtured. Sporting director could have looked at him and said, yo, listen, no. If the manager says I don't want him, I don't care. He's staying at this club because I want to see his potential in 1 or 2 years. I don't want to just sell him off straight away. So again, you know what I mean? What has that been the problem as well? We've just had players like Herrera, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer didn't fancy him, or maybe contract or whatnot didn't help. He's gone. Lukaku again, but you know what I mean, like.
Yeah, Herrera come out and said Ole wanted him to stay. Everybody, but it was too late, bro. It was too late. They waited and waited.
It still annoys me till this day, man.
It's too late, bro. It was too late.
A sporting director would have sorted that out, though.
Massively, of course they would have, because that's what you do, innit? Like. You say to the manager, you got to coach, get the best out of the player. That's your job. You know what I mean? Get the best out of the players. That's your job. You let me worry about it. Of course, the manager's going to have a say, but a sporting director fills the positions that the team needs. Like, he'll identify and go, we're a bit short on there. We're a bit short on here. We've not had the right-hand side, bro. When was the last proper right winger, bro? Tell me.
Valencia.
No,
Valencia.
he wasn't, man. He went and turned himself.
Valencia was the right winger, man. He was unbelievable, man.
Honestly.
Did you not rate Valencia?
Bro, I don't, when I look back on Man United wingers, I don't think Valencia was there, bro. Honestly, I don't.
That's disrespectful, man. Come on, that 2008-9 season where Rooney was heading everything.
Listen, he impressed me when he went back to fullback, to be honest with you, because then he was a beast.
Ow.
My guy did too much weights, man. He did too much weights. And it was just...
he was a heavyweight boxer. He was a heavyweight boxer.
He was the original heavyweight boxer, bro. He was the original. You can see Maki Tayari Traore won't watching Uncle Valencia going, I want to be strong as him.
Trust me.
So for me, this is what it is. This is what it is. Like, one thing, you're not going to be unheard, right? One thing for me is that I want to see a winger who's going to take people, who's going to come short. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry for Wan-Bissaka, man. I feel bad for him because he has to.
But it's been the same. Like Ashley Young was doing that before him as well. Always on the right side, offering nothing.
Listen, I want to bring a bit of topic. Did anybody see or hear that Maguire got the player of the season in some United fans poll or something like that a couple of weeks ago?
I didn't see that.
I'm like, are you kidding me? Wan-Bissaka has been the player.
Yeah.
Wan-Bissaka has been the player. No, Wan-Bissaka hands out. Because from day one, he's been consistent footballer we had. So I don't know why people are getting overexcited in it. Like, getting overexcited. But for me, our transfer lacks no structure. Even though, the thing about it is that you can get lucky with Bruno, with Igalo. You could get lucky with players here and there.
That's very funny, you don't know it. That's very funny. We may not have not got Bruno and Igalo.
Exactly. If it wasn't for Rashford, Pogba, and McTominay injured, I said it to you. I swear we would not have. We would not have. Listen, Aaron. I want to talk to you a little bit just to bring it back to Germany. Yesterday's football.
Yeah.
What the hell is Haaland doing with all this? Like, does he think he's Zlatan or something? The way he's been abrupt when he's been interviewed or something. What is that? Well, listen. What's advising him to do? Have you seen? He's absolutely coming across like an absolute spoiled prat, bro. Did you see it yesterday?
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen snippets.
I've been a bit harsh, you know what I mean? Because we didn't sign him.
Yo, I just want to make a track and go, that's not you. That's not you, bro. That's not me. Used to say, that's not you, bro. Because I've seen you talk about, I've seen you interviews when you played in Austria. Now you got Riola on side. Riola's coaching you to want to be like some sort of arrogant guy, to build a brand or something. What the hell is going on, bro?
That's how they play that way.
I
don't know, man. It's
on that stinking attitude, man. Did you see how he's speaking to people? The people are doing their job, bro. These people, people are doing.
What about Roy Keane? What about Roy Keane then?
Nah, Roy Keane never spoke like that, bro. Roy Keane, because that's who he was. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
That's how happened this.
No, it's not, bro. Because I've seen him. I'm going to show you an interview to him. That's not him. That's what I'm saying to you. That's what I want to say. That's not you, bro. I want a grime artist watching this needs to play the trap, mate. That's not him. Because he's trying to make it out like he's done it already. He's done it already. Yo, calm down, lad. Calm down, lad.
What needs to change in terms of transfer strategy? And if you look at, we'll look at beside the structure. What needs to change in transfer strategy? Like, what would be if you were sporting director or you had a club official, what would you change right now in terms of the actual transfer strategy?
We just need to scout people properly, man. We need to give people contracts based on what they actually deserve. Do you know what I mean? What they have actually done for the club.
Herrera, Chris Smalling, Jones, Lingard will be coming soon, by the way. And not giving it to Pogba. No Pogba yet. David De Gea took a while. You know what I mean? What's it called? Fred will be coming up soon. That'll be coming up another one soon. Yep. Where we might not be able to sign him on a permanent. Like, you know what I mean? Give him a contract. Who else will be there? Obviously Gomez. You know what I mean? So that again, sorry, yeah, you know what I mean? It's crazy, man.
You're definitely right, man. So we need to be very, very careful. But in terms of the transfer strategy, I think the scouting has to be way better than that. I mean, we're supposedly this club that has a lot of scouts around the world, but I'm not seeing that. And because we're signing people based off recommendations. Oh, Ryan Giggs recommended this guy. All right, okay, cool. Let's sign him because Ryan Giggs said so. Like,
that's another one, by the way. Another defender will be linked with.
Yeah, the young Welsh defender, I forgot his name, 20-year-old, because Ryan Giggs gave him his debut in the Wales national team. All of a sudden, we have to sign him when we already have like 50 central defenders. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to be careful. We need to scout based on the talent, based on obviously the numbers as well, because they're important in nowadays in the game of football.
Yeah.
So we need to scout based on that. We can't just scout someone because, oh, I like him, let's go sign him. Do you know what I mean? No, it doesn't work like that, man. It used to work before, like in the old days, but this is a new era of football, and you get found out very quick. When you don't have the level, bro, you get found out very, very quick, and people will just start bashing you. So, yeah.
Yo, my next door, the couple of doors down is one of my neighbours. He's got a decent left foot. Should we sign him as well?
Yeah, we should.
Exactly.
Recommendation from Norden. You know what I mean?
That's another defender, Norden. You know what I mean? That's another defender that we've been linked with. And then now we're just saying, you know what, we'll sign him because Gary, you know what I mean? Giggs has said, you know what? But Oliver Solskjaer might get into that trap. You know what I mean? They're best friends. You know what I mean? Recommendation. Oh, Woodward. Is it cheap? Is it 20 million? Yeah, you know what? Go sign him. Go sign him.
Send Igalo home and sign him, eh? Wow. It's madness, bro. It's madness. Like I said,
it's dangerous, man.
For me, like I said, unless Man United prove to me, like the proof is out there, we're not going anywhere. Goodwill. You know what? God willing, and Allah gives us our health. You know what I mean? Like, we're not going anywhere. So our health, we're not going anywhere. We're going to see what Man United's strategy is. It's a real opportunity to Man United to make a mark, to literally climb up that thing and go, you know what, we're nearly there. We're nearly there, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Shout out Flawless. Flawless was like, he likes the team. But like he said it. He said it on Aaron's podcast. You know what? He said, Man United have got like players that are not first team players, squad players. You know,
Yes.
United go and get 3 or 4 players that are gonna go into that first team. Yeah. First team. But nothing shows me that I have zero evidence. And people are sleeping on Liverpool. People are sleeping on Man City. Because teams that can take real advantage.
Wolves coming up. Wolves, Everton, they're coming up. Leicester, 3.
Yeah. All of these clubs who got billionaire money, who got billionaire kind of money behind them. And Man United could get left behind. We could further. That's the thing to me. What worries me deep down, we could further fall behind, and that's a tragedy. Man. And then, like Aaron was saying on last week's podcast, players then would want to leave, bro. And then man.
And then we'll probably be paying Bellingham in the centre mid. You know what I mean, alongside McTominay. Guys, you know what, man? I tried to make it positive, but it always ends up being depressing. That's what Man United have.
Real.
You know what I mean? But you know what? We're just going to end this podcast, watch a Bayern game. Let's see some talent now. Kingsley Coleman on the left. You know what I mean? Lewandowski up front. You know what I mean? Let's just see quality.
Banging in goals.
You know what I mean? Let's see.
Come on, Union Berlin. I'm with Union Berlin, mate. Come on. I can't believe it. Aaron is against his homeboy club, mate. His team. From Berlin,
Berlin yesterday did well, though.
Yeah, man. They won in 3-0 away at Hoffenheim.
Result, mate. That was a shock result. 3-0, mate.
3-0, man. That was a shock result, man.
The third goal was unbelievable. The right winger just
that solo, man. Woo!
Oh, jeez,
man. They celebrate. I didn't see the goal. I want to watch that goal. Are you watching everything on BT, by the way, or where are you catching the games?
BT, bro. BT.
Yeah. You know, it's crazy because Ian Dark, who's this commentator, was commentating from his own home for the Hertha Berlin game. Yeah.
You know what? You know what? When Dortmund was playing against Schalke, Owen Hargreaves was doing it from his home as well.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's been a pleasure for this podcast, guys. Let me know in the comments below what has been wrong with Man United's transfer strategy. What could we improve on? Is it the structure of the football club, like the boys say? Is it just down to just bad management? You know what I mean? From the managers, you know what I mean? Not being able to sign the right players and then later on say, you know what? Nah, I don't really fancy him. You know what I mean? Like we bought potential in Lindelof, Bailly, but then we haven't realised that Bailly could be injury prone and Lindelof might just not be ready. You know what I mean? We've bought they were both 30 million. I was saying to myself, wow, they're a bit cheap, aren't they? You know, 30 million, both of them, 22 years old, both of them when they first signed. I was like, wow, something's a bit fishy about that. But I guess that's made that transfer strategy. You know what I mean? Then we bought Harry Maguire for 80 million, or we just bought 2. We had 5 centre backs, 5 centre backs, including Twanzebe, and then we bought Harry Maguire for 80 million. Just goes to show, man. But we'll end it on that, guys. Socials, Aaron.
CLICKBAIT FC. CLICKBAIT FC. And the crazy thing that our club encourages it. Our club loves it.
Yeah, that's it. Aaron, let me know your socials, bro.
Yeah, Mr. Aaron UTD across all the socials, plus my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to that as well, please.
Yeah, man, go subscribe to his channel. He's at road to 5K, guys. Make sure you check him out. He does 2 weekly shows. You know what I mean? Go check him out on his channel. But yeah, man. And then Nuruddin, let me know your
that guy red devil, mate. I need all the therapy today, mate. You got me in here and talk about Man United transfer. It brings me mood right down, mate. I look outside and I don't see no sunshine, and that's
coming out now. You know what I mean? You don't see me. There's some little sunshine coming out.
I can't see you. I can see Neil Ashton's army on top of you, though, biting you and stuff.
Wow.
They're coming at me, all the swarming around me, man. It's crazy, man. But, guys, that's been your Straightjacket podcast, podcast 58, guys. Man United's transfer strategy. Man United are CLICKBAIT FC. And that is very, very sad. But, guys, if you enjoyed this podcast, please like the video. Subscribe to United Central. Please subscribe. It's right down, just right on the bottom corner, right hand side. We're road to 15K, guys. Please subscribe. As I said, like the video. Go check their socials out. Comment below what you think on below. And yeah, man, that's been the Straightjacket podcast. Man United, CLICKBAIT FC. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Peace.